Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about the latest Doctor Who episode, Legend of the Sea Devils. Now, this is the episode before the last episode, which we'll have to wait a few months for. I think perhaps towards the end of 2022, and that will be the final episode. It's the end of an era. Here we are. Um, it's there's been ups and downs. I won't be too much of a downer on the era in which we've been witnessing with Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, who I must say I really love. I love Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. She's funny, she's charming, she's great to watch. She embodies that Doctor essence that David Tennant charm and pizzazz and charisma, but has serious moments and is running around like a lunatic, and she loves her mates, and you know draws the line between attachment and not wanting to get too close and whatnot. It's all there's complexities in this sci-fi BBC drama, long standing, might I add. But yeah, no, Legend of Sea Devils. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Not gonna say I loved it, but I think like more so because I haven't enjoyed the last three seasons. The writing and the stories of not for me. It's not my cup of tea. But this particular episode, it stood out. It was more precise, more to the point. The editing was sharper. So it got down to the nitty and gritty. And it was very like there was less clutter, less things going on, which has been one of the main distractions of the last few seasons. Lots of stuff going on. But this one, there was a couple of ships, pirate ships, a small cast, minimal enemies to come up against. A straight to the point story. Finish and end, like 47 minutes long. So I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the designs of the Sea Devils. They were really cool design. There was some like lighting. I wouldn't say issues, but lighting choices going on with them. Sometimes were I wouldn't say a distraction, but you know, mildly fascinating, good and bad wise. But no, they're really cool design, and like I love the sort of like there was instant resentment between the antagonist and the protagonist. Because obviously the Doctor's met them before. So she knows what they're about, and they just what are they are the land dwellers. They haven't got any time for the land dwellers. I thought that was really cool. Like the female pirate. I mean the extras, they didn't have all that much to do, but I mean, her backstory in particular, it wasn't very fulfilling or like didn't invest me in her character. But she served the purpose, and it wasn't a large purpose, and she did what she needed to do. Same goes for the male pirate. He had more of a story arc going for him. Being that he was involved centuries prior, and now he's jumped back into the mix, and his involvement towards the end of the episode. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was cool. It's always, even though there's been ups and downs, it's going to be an emotional one for the final episode when we all watch the regeneration from Jodie Whittaker to then wait for the new seasons to be written and whatnot. Yeah, I also like the fact that like the pirates took home some booty. Once the adventure was complete, and like they jumped out of danger. They got some booty. Not sure how like historically accurate it was. I'm sure some of it is, but just they're pirates, and they got their treasure. Of course they will. Yeah, I mean, finally speaking on the I won't use keywords, but the whole Yaz and Doctor thing. I've seen a lot of other mediums do this where they'll be first like maybe the fans will speculate, and then there'll be like whether or not it was there to begin with in the show. But it builds up, and particularly in Doctor Who, it hasn't really been building up really because there hasn't been much of it. Yaz has only recently sort of like, not even fully declared her love, but talked about it to John and whatnot, and Now, like, it's a bit more out in the open. It's nice to see, like, the two sort of express themselves. But now we've only got one episode, and the relationship hasn't begun, and it will have no legs, will it? So yeah, let's see how they round off this arc of Doctor Who. Anyway, thank you. Let me know if you enjoyed that episode.